Good morning. I want to share a message with you today that's going to lift your spirit, renew your hope, and remind you that no matter what you've been through, your story isn't over. Maybe you've lost a job you thought you'd never lose. Maybe a relationship ended that you thought would last forever. Or maybe you've experienced disappointment after disappointment. But I want you to hear this today. What God has for you is far greater than what you lost. Life may have taken something from you, but it didn't take your destiny. It didn't take your dreams. It didn't take your purpose. Today, I want you to open your heart and receive the hope that better days are ahead. Life can sometimes feel incredibly unfair. You give your best. You put your heart and soul into something, and yet somehow things don't work out the way you hoped. Maybe you thought that job, that relationship, or that opportunity would be the turning point for your life, and it didn't happen. You may feel like the rug has been pulled out from under you. You may be thinking, I've lost too much. I've been through too many disappointments. There's nothing left for me. I want to tell you something today. That is exactly the moment when you need to take a deep breath. Lift your head and remember that God's plan is bigger than what you can see right now. Sometimes loss is a necessary part of the journey. It's not a punishment. It's not an end. It's a setup. When God allows us to lose something, it's often because He is preparing something greater for us, something beyond what we can imagine. We cling to the things we lose because they feel safe, familiar, comfortable. But God has something new, something better waiting for us. He has a destiny for each of us that cannot be achieved if we hold on to what is broken, what is limited, or what no longer serves our future. Think about it. If you hold on to something that is gone, if you focus on what you've lost, how will you make room for what's coming? How can you receive the blessings that God has for you if your hands are full of yesterday's disappointment? You have to let go. You have to trust that your loss is not the end of your story, but a door opening to something greater. Every time you experience loss, God is teaching you something. He's teaching you patience. He's teaching you resilience. He's teaching you to trust Him even when life doesn't make sense. Sometimes the very thing we think we can't live without is the very thing that was holding us back from God's plan. Maybe you lost a relationship that you thought would last forever. You may have invested years of your life in it, given it your best, and yet it ended, and it hurts. I know it hurts. But that loss could be making way for the person or the opportunity that is far better aligned with your purpose. Someone or something that will bring you more joy, more fulfillment, and more growth than you ever imagined. Look at the stories of those who went through great losses and yet were able to step into their destiny. Joseph in the Bible lost everything, his family, his freedom, his position, but God's plan for him was far greater than all of his losses combined. He was betrayed, sold into slavery, forgotten in prison, yet God was preparing him for a position of influence and impact that exceeded anything he could have imagined. The same principle applies to your loss. It's not the end, it's a stepping stone. It's the beginning of a new chapter that is far greater than anything you've experienced before. I want you to understand this. Your losses are not random. They are part of God's divine orchestration. He sees the bigger picture when you can only see the pieces. He knows the timing when you feel impatient. He knows the plan when you feel uncertain. And He knows the future when you feel stuck in the past. You may not see it right now, but every setback, every disappointment, and every closed door is a setup for something better. The very moment you feel like giving up, God is positioning you for a breakthrough. Sometimes what you perceive as a loss is actually a blessing in disguise. You may feel that life has taken something from you, but God is making room for something far greater. That job you didn't get could have been a stepping stone to your dream career. That relationship that ended could have been making space for the love of your life. That investment that failed could have been teaching you the lessons you needed to succeed in a bigger, better opportunity. Loss often feels like the end, but it's really the beginning of something extraordinary. You have to stop allowing your losses to define you. Just because something didn't work out doesn't mean your life is over. Just because a door closed doesn't mean you're stuck. You have to trust that God's plan is greater than what you've lost. You have to believe that He is still in control, even when life seems uncertain. The very fact that you are still here, breathing and moving forward, is proof that God has a plan for your life, a plan that will restore, uplift, and exceed your expectations. And here's the most important thing. Your loss is temporary. God's blessings are eternal. What you lost may have been painful, but what God has for you is far more fulfilling. He has dreams for you that are bigger than the ones you've had before. He has opportunities for you that you haven't even imagined. He has joy, peace, and provision waiting for you on the other side of your loss. The key is to not stay stuck in the pain. Don't spend your life mourning what's gone. Instead, get ready to embrace what is coming. So, today, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling like life has taken too much from you, I want you to lift your head and shift your perspective. What God has for you is greater than what you lost. It's bigger than your disappointment. It's brighter than your pain. And it's closer than you think. You may not have what you want today, but you have a God who is orchestrating a plan that is far better than anything you've experienced before. Your loss is not a roadblock, it's a redirection. It's a step toward your destiny. You will look back one day and realize that everything you lost was making room for the greatest chapter of your life. So don't give up. Don't stay stuck. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is coming, and it will exceed your expectations. What God has for you is greater than what you lost, and He is faithful to bring it to you in His perfect timing. Sometimes the hardest part of loss is learning how to shift your focus. When life takes something from you, it's natural to look back and replay every moment, every choice, every what if in your mind. You think about the opportunities you missed, the relationships that ended, the doors that closed. You measure your today by yesterday's loss, and before you know it, you feel stuck in the past. But here's what you have to understand. Your future is not a reflection of your past. Your future is a reflection of God's promises. Too often, we allow our losses to define us. We let disappointment dictate our destiny. We let failure determine our worth. We look at the empty spaces in our lives and think that there is nothing left for us, that the best is behind us. But that is a lie. That is a lie that the enemy wants you to believe so that you stop moving forward. God wants you to look ahead, not behind. He wants you to focus on what's coming, not what's gone. Your past may have been painful, but it does not have the final say. Your future is full of hope, full of purpose, full of unimaginable blessings. Faith is trusting in the unseen. Faith is believing that God's plan is greater than your loss. It's easy to believe in God when life is going well. But true faith shows up when life has knocked you down. When you've lost something valuable, when doors have closed, when opportunities have passed, that is when faith must rise in your heart. You have to trust that even if you can't see the path, God is already lighting the way. You have to believe that every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Let me tell you something. God does not waste your pain. He does not waste your tears. He does not waste the moments when you feel weak, defeated, or discouraged. Every challenge, every loss, every disappointment is preparing you for something greater. The very thing you think you've lost may have been a lesson, a stepping stone, or a redirection that will lead you to your ultimate blessing. What you think was a setback may actually be the setup for your breakthrough. When life knocks you down, don't focus on the emptiness. Don't focus on the door that closed or the dream that didn't come through. Focus on the possibilities. Focus on what God is preparing for you on the other side. Opportunities, relationships, promotions, peace, joy, and favor. These are waiting for you. But you must shift your focus from what is behind you to what is ahead. Your breakthrough is not determined by what you've lost. It's determined by what you believe and how you move forward in faith. Think about this. Every time you look back with regret, you are missing the blessings that are in front of you. Every moment spent dwelling on what's gone is a moment that could be used to embrace what's coming. God is calling you to step into your future with hope, expectation, and faith. He is calling you to see beyond your current circumstances and to trust that your story is far from over. You are not defined by your losses. You are defined by your ability to believe in what God has for you. Your past may include failures, disappointments, and heartache, but it also includes lessons, strength, and resilience. Every loss has taught you something, prepared you for something, and positioned you for something better. When you trust in God's timing, you begin to see that what seemed like a closed door was actually a blessing in disguise. You begin to understand that the detours and delays were not mistakes. They were divine directions. It is in the moments of waiting that your faith grows. It is in the moments of uncertainty that your strength is built. And it is in the moments of disappointment that your character is refined. You may not see the full picture yet, but God does. He is orchestrating your life in a way that will surpass anything you've imagined. And all you have to do is trust Him. I want you to know today that God's plan is bigger than what you've lost. The dreams that were delayed are still alive. The opportunities that were missed are still possible. The relationships that ended are not the end of love in your life. Every blessing that God has prepared for you is waiting, but you must look forward, not backward. You must focus on what's coming, not what's gone. Life may have taken something from you, but it has not taken your destiny. It has not taken your purpose. It has not taken your hope. What God has for you is brighter than your past, bigger than your loss, and closer than you think. When you begin to focus on the possibilities instead of the pain, doors begin to open, opportunities appear, and hope begins to grow in your heart. So today, lift your eyes, lift your heart. Stop measuring your life by yesterday's disappointment and start measuring it by tomorrow's possibilities. Trust that God is preparing something amazing for you, something that will exceed your expectations. Believe that every setback is a setup. Have faith that the best days of your life are ahead. Your loss is not the end of your story. Your setbacks are not permanent. Your disappointments do not define you. What defines you is your ability to trust in God, to have faith in His promises, and to move forward with hope. Your future is brighter than your past. Your blessings are bigger than your losses, and your story is far from over. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Don't allow yesterday to steal the joy of today or the hope of tomorrow. God has something amazing waiting for you. He has a plan that is bigger, better, and brighter than anything you've experienced before. And when you step into it, you will look back and realize that every loss, every setback, and every disappointment was simply making room for the glory that God has in store for you. What God has for you is not just better than what you lost, it is far greater than you can even often. When we experience loss, we focus on the void it leaves, the emptiness, the gap that seems impossible to fill. But God does not want you to live in that emptiness. He wants you to open your hands, open your heart, and receive the abundance that He has prepared for you. The blessings God has for you are not just replacements for what you lost. They are upgrades. They are more than you hoped for, more than you expected, and more aligned with your destiny than anything you have experienced before. Too many people settle for what is familiar, what is safe, what is comfortable. But it feels secure even when it no longer serves them. But God is calling you to something bigger. He is calling you to step out in faith, to release what is gone, and to embrace the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. Your blessings are waiting, and they are far greater than the losses you have endured. God wants to show you that your story does not end in disappointment. Your story does not end in loss. Your story does not end in defeat. The very thing you think you will never recover from is being transformed into a source of strength, a platform for success, and a doorway to greater joy. The blessings God has for you are not just a little better. They are life-changing, soul-enriching, and destiny-altering. It's time to stop comparing what you have now to what you once had. It's time to stop measuring your life by your losses. God wants you to measure your life by His promises, by His vision, by His plan. He wants you to see that what is coming is far superior to what is behind. The opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs that await you are bigger than anything you have ever known. They are more fulfilling than anything you have lost. They are designed to elevate, to empower you, and to position you for your ultimate purpose. You must let go of sorrow. You must let go of disappointment. These emotions have a way of holding you back from the blessings that are already on their way. God has a plan, and it cannot move forward if your hands and heart are full of yesterday's losses. Release the pain. Release the pain. Release the fear. When you do, you make room for the extraordinary, the miraculous, and the transformative blessings that God has prepared for you. Think about this. Every loss, every disappointment, every closed door has been creating space for something greater. That job that didn't work out, that relationship that ended, that opportunity that slipped through your fingers, these were not failures. They were setups. They were clearing the path for what God has for you. The very moment you feel like giving up, the very moment you feel discouraged, the very moment you think you can't go on, God is arranging something magnificent on your behalf. Your blessings are waiting, but they require faith. They require patience. Sometimes we want to rush into God's plan, but His timing is perfect. What you receive at the right time will far exceed what you could have received prematurely. God's blessings are not just about filling a void. They are about fulfilling your destiny. They are not just about restoring what you lost. They are about upgrading your life in ways that will surprise you and exceed your expectations. Don't underestimate what God can do with your life. Don't underestimate the power of His promises. Don't underestimate the hope that He places in your hearts. Your loss may feel like the end, but it is actually the beginning of your greatest chapter. Your setbacks, disappointments, and struggles are not indicators of failure. They are indicators that something better is coming. They are markers on the path to your breakthrough. They are signs that God is working behind the scenes to bring something incredible into your... You may not see it yet. You may not feel it yet. You may be tempted to doubt, to despair, to think that the best is behind you. But that is a lie. That is a lie that tries to keep you from moving forward. The truth is that the best is ahead. The joy that God has prepared for you is brighter than the sorrow you've experienced. The love He has in store is deeper than the hurt you felt. The success, peace, and fulfillment that are waiting for you are far greater than anything you have lost. Your task is simple. Open your heart. Open your mind. Open your life to receive what God has prepared. Don't focus on what is gone. Don't mourn what you no longer have. Instead, step forward in faith and expectation. Believe that your blessings are waiting. Believe that your best days are ahead. Believe that God's plan is greater than your loss. And here's the most beautiful part. When you begin to receive God's blessings, you will see that every loss was worth it. You will look back and understand that the pain, the disappointment, and the setbacks were all necessary steps to position you for something far greater. The life you are stepping into will be richer, fuller, and more satisfying than anything you have ever known. You will see that God's plan was always bigger than your imagination, and that what He has for you is far greater than what you lost. So today, make a decision. Decide to focus on your future instead of your past. Decide to believe in the blessings that are waiting for you. Decide to release what is gone and step into the extraordinary life that God has prepared. Your loss was not the end, it was a preparation. Your pain was not in vain, it was a lesson. Your setbacks were not permanent, they were setups. And now, it is time to embrace the abundance, joy, peace, and fulfillment that God has for you. What God has for you is greater than what you lost. Far greater, brighter, better, and more aligned with your purpose. Step into it, receive it, believe it, and watch as your life is transformed beyond anything you ever imagined. As we come to the close of this message today, I want you to remember one simple truth. What God has for you is greater than what you lost. Life may have taken something from you, but it did not take your destiny. It may have closed a door, but it has opened a window to something far better. Your losses, your disappointments, and your setbacks were not the end of your story. They were simply making way for the blessings, opportunities, and miracles that God has in store for you. You have learned today that your loss is not the end of your story. It is a setup for your breakthrough. Every closed door, every disappointment, every challenge is positioning you for something far greater than you can imagine. You have learned that your future is brighter than your past, and that God's plan is bigger than your pain. And you have learned that your blessings are waiting for you. Blessings that are better, bigger, and more aligned with your purpose than anything experienced before. So, no matter what you've lost, no matter how deep your disappointment, no matter how long you've been waiting, I want you to lift your eyes and lift your heart. Stop looking back at what's gone and start looking forward to what's coming. Trust God's timing. Trust His plan. Step into your future with hope, expectation, and faith. Today is the day to release the past. Today is the day to believe in the unseen. Today is the day to open your hands and receive the abundance, the joy, and the favor that God has for you. Your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you. And when you embrace this truth, you will walk in a new level of peace, a new level of joy, and a new level of victory. Remember this: what God has for you is greater than what you lost. It is bigger than your pain, brighter than your disappointment, and closer than you think. So step forward, walk in faith, believe in His promises, and get ready for the amazing blessings that are on the way. Your breakthrough is coming, and it will exceed your expectations. God has not forgotten. He's working all things together for your good, and your story is just getting started.